How's it going guys, Alex here, welcome back to another SSR Analysis video, and today we are taking a look at every single SSR Yamcha currently in the game. And before I get into it, a big shout out to INT, and he's been wanting to see this one for a while. But if we jump straight into it with the INT Baseball Yamcha, his leader skill gives a 2000 attack boost to all types, he causes huge damage with a rare chance to stun, he gets a 4000 attack boost when facing 2 or more enemies, and his defense also drops to 0. And if we have a look at his link skills, he has Z Fighters, Turtle School, Speed Retribution, Infighter, and Rival Duo. So despite this Yamcha having a restriction on his passive skill, he is still a relatively hard hitter. He has a rare chance to stun, which can definitely be useful in some situations. He doesn't have any key link, but he can definitely be useful if you are taking on Super Strike events. So if we now move on to the Agility Yamcha, his leader skill gives a 1000 attack boost to all types, he causes huge damage, he gives himself 2000 attack at the start of the turn, and if we have a look at his link skills, as Z Fighters, Rival Duo, Turtle School, Speed Retribution, and Infighter. So he has the exact same links as the previous Yamcha, but unlike the previous Yamcha, he does not have a restriction on his passive skill, and because of this boost, this Yamcha almost hits as hard as the INT type, if not a little bit more. And again, thanks to his low team cost and decent damage output, he will be decent if you're taking on a Super Strike event. So if we have a look at yet another April Fools Yamcha, his leader skill gives a 1000 defense boost to all types, he causes huge damage, he gets a 2000 defensive boost at the start of the turn, and if we have a look at his link skills, he has Z Fighters, Rival Duo, Turtle School, Speed Retribution, Infighter, and Kamehameha. So the only difference in links between this Yamcha and the previous two is that this one has the Kamehameha link, and instead of his passive skill giving him an attack boost, he gets a defensive boost, which, as I stated before for the other Yamchas, makes him very useful in the Super Strike event. So if we now move on to the final TEQ Yamcha, which is obtainable through the Baba Shop, his leader skill gives a 50% attack boost to tech types, he causes extreme damage, and he also greatly lowers attack. His passive skill gives him 8 ki only once when HP is 80% or below, and if we have a look at his link skills, he has Golden Z Fighters, Turtle School, Speedy Retribution, Infighter, and Rival Duo. So every Yamcha has the exact same links apart from the TEQ April Fools one, he has the Kamehameha link. But this Yamcha is actually decent, he can be used against some Dokkan events that have a barrier. For example, he is very useful against Broly, who has a barrier. He is going to hit the hardest out of all the Yamchas, but the one thing that definitely lets him down is that his passive can only activate once. If it activated multiple times, it definitely would be easier to implement him into your team, and when you add that to the fact that he doesn't have any key links, it makes it hard for him to super after his passive is activated. So this may be pretty obvious to some people, but in first place is Baba Shop TEQ Yamcha. He is superior to the other Yamchas in pretty much every way. He is the hardest hitter out of the bunch, greatly lowers attack, he gets 8 ki when HP is 80% or below, which pretty much guarantees that you super with him at least once despite not having any key links, and he also has the best stats out of the 4. In second place by a small margin is INT Yamcha. Despite his passive only going off when he's facing 2 or more enemies, he still hits harder than the 2 April Fool units. He has a chance to stun, and he also has better stats. In third place is the Agility Yamcha. Honestly, the margin between this one and the INT is so small, but the reason why I put the INT above this one, as I said before, is because he hits harder and because he can stun. But the good thing about this one is that he gets a guaranteed attack boost every turn. So this obviously means that in last place comes the TEQ April Fools Yamcha. He doesn't hit as hard as the other 3 despite having the Kamehameha link, and he only gives himself a defensive boost, which in some situations can be useful, but it's the most obsolete stat in the game, so it really doesn't provide much to your overall team. But as I stated before, all of these Yamchas are definitely very useful for the Super Strike events, but in the end the best Yamcha is the Baba Shop one. But that is it guys, I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Dragon Ball content. Don't forget to check out the videos that will appear on your screen in a few moments. I hope you all have a nice day, and I will catch you guys in the next one.